Okay, today's lesson is using the Beyond Horizon issue 40, the Nile River, on pages 11 and 14. So you should attempt the questions before you look at this lesson review. Okay, now let's do the first question. Which word used in paragraph 1 tells you that the Nile River was very important to the survival of Africa? So immediately you should go to paragraph 1. Okay. So read through paragraph 1. Venerated and feared for thousands of years, the Nile River is truly a magnificent wonder of nature, snaking 6,600 kilometers through 10 countries. The Nile River is not only the longest river in the world, it's also a lifeline of Africa. Unfortunately, this great river, like so many other natural wonders, is under threat from mankind's environmental mismanagement, the effects of which are already becoming increasingly pronounced. So, just now I said already, which word used in paragraph 1 tells you that the Nile River was very important to the survival of Africa. So the keyword here is which word. Okay, so I can write that. Which word? So which word tells you that? How many words are you supposed to write? One word. Okay, so the question type will be a quotation question. Okay, so this question just need you to list the answer. So looking at the first line, okay, is there anything that tells you that Nile River was very important to the survival of Africa? Nope. Okay, so looking at the second line, anything tells you that Nile River was very important to the survival of Africa? Nope. Third line, nope. Fourth line, yes, the word is lifeline. Okay, so how would you craft the answer? Remember, this is a quotation question, so you need to use quotation marks. Okay, so remember to use quotation mark. Okay, and then spell the word accurately. Life line. Okay, that's it. Stop. Next question. Okay, what are the three vastly different landscapes that Nile River flows through? So this question is a factual question, and so how many are you supposed to find? So the keyword is three. Highlight that. Okay, and what are the three? Okay, so let's read through what are the three. Okay, vastly different landscapes that Nile flows through. The Nile is most closely associated with Egypt, but it actually begins in the mountains of Rwanda and Burundi as it flows down to join Lake Victoria in Uganda. The place where the Nile leaves Lake Victoria force as it plunges down the Bujagali Falls. This is where the two main tributaries meet. One tributary is called the White Nile, which starts in South Sudan, and the other is called the Blue Nile, which starts in Ethiopia. From there, the river continues to flow north through Egypt and finally into the Mediterranean Sea. As it makes way to the Mediterranean Sea, the Nile meanders through vastly different landscapes. Okay, so immediately you can see that the word here, vastly different landscapes. Okay, that's actually tells me the answer is really coming up soon. Okay, from thick lush jungle to wide plain opens and vast deserts. So this tells me three different ones. Of course, from the punctuation and the use of conjunctions, it also tells you that the answer is very neatly differentiated into three parts. So what are the three vastly different landscapes? They are thick and lush jungle, single. Remember, make sure that you copy it accurately. Okay, wide open plains and vast deserts. Okay, that's it. You don't have to paraphrase the answer, okay, because this is a factual question. Next, okay. Fill in the table below to show both the positive and negative effects that resulted from building the Aswan Dam. So we're looking for positive and negative effects that result from building the Aswan Dam. Okay, so um, let's read again paragraph 5. But it is the Pharaoh, Egyptians, that has the closest relationship with the Nile, such as even the Great pharaohs worship this mighty river. This continues to be the case today, as more than 95% of the country's population depends on its water and lives within a few miles of the river banks. However, instead of continuing the tradition of relying on the natural flood patterns of the river, Egypt made the decision to control Nile instead, and so the construction of Aswan High Dam began in 1960. The massive dam now regulates the flow of river to generate electricity, irrigate farms, and provide homes with drinking water. So what are the positive effects? So one of it is generate electricity, irrigate farms, provide homes with drinking water. Okay. However, this is a very, very important keyword. It tells me that something that is on the contradictory side is going to come up soon. This interference with the natural flow of Nile has several negative repercussions. Again, okay, the word negative repercussion tells me that, okay, this is going to be related to that. Okay, firstly, according to National Geographic, the silt and sediment that used to flow north, enriching the soil and building the delta, is now building up the dam instead. So, what happened? Consequently, the delta is shrinking. So, the delta is shrinking. It's something that's negative. Okay, so, okay, so wait to the firstly one. The silt and sediment is now building the dam instead. So it's telling me that there's some soil erosion. All right, so the silt and sediment, okay, used to enrich the soil, now building the dam instead. So that tells me that there's some soil erosion there. Okay. Secondly, according to the Encyclopedia Britannica, since the construction of the Aswan Dam, okay, something is coming up soon, there has been a reduction of even total disappearance of many fish that fed in the waters of the Nile in Egypt during the flood season. So, the fish are disappearing. Most of these fishes were migrants. They have been prevented from migrating to Lake Nile due to the absence of annual flooding along parts of Nile resulted in the water becoming more polluted, as the floods no longer flush and clean the waters of human and agricultural waste. So, these are things that I found. So, where is the answer? The answer would be, okay, irrigation farm. Just now we found that. Okay, and then another one is about the shrinking delta, or you can say the soil erosion. Okay, and lastly, the polluted waters, right? So you can say water pollution. So these are nouns. Okay, next question. Okay, so from paragraph 8, we were told that parts of the Nile data could disappear. What are the two reasons for this possibility? Answer in your own words. So it's asking for two reasons and asked me to answer in my own words. So very obviously, this is an own words question. So I need to paraphrase And so I'm looking for two reasons. Okay, so two reasons. Okay, and very importantly, I need to recast keywords. Okay, for these two reasons. Okay, so let's read through this. Okay, the Nile has not only content with the technological advances of mankind, it also has to face the threat of climate change, given that much of the Delta Nile is only a meter or so because above the sea level. If the sea level rises by 1 meter in this century, as many climate scientists think, is likely a third of the delta could disappear under the Mediterranean. So, what are the keywords? The keyword here that I can see that is only a meter or so above the sea level. Okay, and if the sea level rises by 1 meter, okay, what happened? The delta could disappear, right? So, actually, this is part of the answer as well. So, why would the delta disappear? So, given much of the delta, so I'll paraphrase it as many parts of the Nile delta, capital D, okay, is only 1 meter or so above the sea level. What is that word called? Is low lying. Okay, so that's your first mark. Okay, second part of it, if it rises by 1 meter, okay, and sorry, I forgot to highlight this. Okay, and this climate scientists think that it's likely. So if there's high possibility, right? So there's high possibility of the sea level rising, right? There is a high possibility. Another word can be high, great likely, right? Chance. Okay. Of the Nile Delta River rising above the sea level. So that is your answer for the answer in your own words question. All right. Remember, you need to recast. Okay. Next question. Okay. What does the word temper in the last paragraph tell you about the writer's attitude towards mankind's actions on the Nile? So, the key will be writer's attitude. Okay, so I'm also looking at the word temper, right? So, this type of question, writer's attitude, you cannot find the answer very, very obviously. Okay, so it wouldn't be. So since it's not an obvious question, obvious answer, sorry, it will be an inferential question. So an inferential question will require you to find the contextual clues. And the contextual clues is actually also given to you. The contextual clues is the word temper. Okay, so just now I was saying that the keyword is writer's attitude. So look at this word temper. Temper means that you try to make certain adjustment that will not benefit. In fact, it will have some adverse effects. Okay, so temper with nature. That means like mess around with nature. So what is the writer's attitude? You see, angry. Okay, so angry is a very big word. So a more does he support this? No, he doesn't support it. So he disapproves of mankind's action. Okay, or he's against. Okay, disapproves of or is on the Nile. Okay, not very complete answers there. Okay, now the next part is a summary writing. Okay, I have underlined, okay, some of the answers already very quickly. Using information only from paragraph 3 to 5, summarize how, okay, the Nile has sustained groups of people from past to present. So how tells you that it is the ways that Nile River has sustained groups of people from past to present. So as you can see, okay, um, you should read through paragraph 3, okay. It is no surprise that the early Egyptian civilization sprung up around this fresh, life-giving river, as it provided them with not only fresh water, but also plenty of fish and birds that flew near the water surface, which they caught for food. Okay, so how does it sustained? Okay, how it's sustained? Okay, so as you can see, okay, this one is linked to this. Okay, sustained by providing the food and from the fish and birds that stay. Okay, so reside in and near the river. Next, reeds that grow along the banks of Nile allow them to build boats and travel along the river for trade. So, okay, very briefly, that was also a source of transportation. Okay, most importantly, also provide them with fertile land to farm on. Okay. How is this possible in the middle of Egypt? Well, the Nile flooded every August due to heavy rains and melting snow during the source of the Nile. As a result, nutrient-rich soils carried in the water to spread across the riverbanks, leaving a thick, moist mud which the ancient Egyptians called gift of the Nile, which was perfect for growing crops. So, in summary, it's going to. Okay, sorry. There's a grammar error here. It should be not due, it should be owing to. Owing to. Okay. We use due to. Due to is usually a conjunction, so it's found in the middle of the sentence. Okay, next one, paragraph 4. So for paragraph 4, okay, again, how the Nile River has sustained different groups of people from past to present. Throughout history, also you know that this is going to be talking about the past, right? The Nile has sustained the various communities. Okay, again, groups of people telling you going to come up soon. The region that this magnificent river flows through, from the Bantu-speaking population of Lake Beira to the Arabs of Sahara and the Nile Delta. Each community has a special ecological relationship with the Nile that is reflective of the individual ethnic identities. For example, in South Sudan are Nilotic speaking people, including the Shilluk, Digna, and Nuer. Okay, so the Shilluk are sedentary agriculturalists whose farms are irrigated by the Nile. So what does this mean? So you actually put in your own words. The Shilluk dependent on the Nile to water their crops. Okay. Next, the Dinka and the Nuer, on the other hand, are pastoralists whose movements are detected by the Nile seasonal flow. During the dry season, they settle with the herds near the river shores. They migrate to high ground during the wet season and back to the river when the dry season returns. So it's telling you that, okay, while the Dinka and Nuer settled near the river during the dry season. Okay, I want to point out here that we actually use connecting word to show the comparison between the Shilluk and the Dinka and the Nuer. Okay, next. Okay, the paragraph 5. Okay, so, but it's the Egyptian who have the closest relationship with the Nile, such as even their greater pharaohs worship this mighty river. This continues with the case today, as more than 95% of the country's population depends on its water and lives within a few miles of the river banks. However, instead of continuing the tradition of relying on natural flood patterns of the river, Egypt made the decision to control the Nile instead, and so the construction of Aswan High Dam began in 1950. The massive dam now regulates the flow of river to generate electricity, irrigate farms, and provide homes with drinking water. So, okay, now to what how to, that means like present, right? Present, that tells you like the case today. Okay, so there's actually something here. Okay, how do you sustain that? Okay, so you see that they use it as a water source, and they use it, actually to build a dam to create electricity for them. So after you have picked out the points, how do you put it in words? So try that. Okay, are you ready? I'm going to show you the answer. Not answer, the sample summary now. Okay. Sorry. So this is sample summary. For the early Egyptians, the Nile River was a source of fresh water. Okay, I just want to point out that this is in simple past tense, was. Okay. Transportation and food from the people that reside in, birds that reside in and near the river. So the annual August flooding of the river brings, okay, it still continue to flood. So this brings nutritious soil to the riverbanks for agriculture. The Shilluk depended, okay, why is this in past tense? Because it's in the past, okay, on the Nile to water the crops, while the Dinka and Nuer settled again is in the past, okay, near the river during the dry season. Now, here today, this is important because it's a signal word that tells you that it's referring to present now, okay. Most Egyptians still rely on what? Because plural subject, plural verb. Okay, plural subject, plural verb. Okay, as a water source and a dam. So also helps. Okay, why is this helps? Because it's talking about the dam. Okay, to generate. After to, what do you need to have? Base form. Okay, so this is the summary for the Nile River. I hope that this helps you to be more confident on how to apply your comprehension skills.